feed the cancer some of the structural parts that it needs, even though ketones themselves have an anti-tumor effect, okay? So here's the dilemma or problem that we're in, but I'm going to give you a solution. If we can't eat carbs, and we're not supposed to eat much protein, and now we can't eat fat, what the heck can we eat? We can't fast forever. Now, I've mentioned in other videos that I am doing some research or supporting some research in Europe related to a non-toxic way to block ketones. And even some of you have supported this research, which you probably have gotten an email on the updates. But this is very exciting research, and so far, so good. And even though this research is being done in mice, you always start with mice before you do human studies. So this is based on some very interesting data about cancer cells versus normal cells. So with cancer cells, there's really only one door for ketones to feed its membranes. Okay, there's just one door, one chemical pathway. And if that chemical pathway was blocked, you could potentially starve off the cancer from getting any raw material for its membranes. But the question that came up from that is, what about normal cells? Do they just have one door? No, they don't. The membranes from normal cells can come from fatty acids, not just ketones. So the goal is to block this door, this chemical pathway that is allowing these ketones to make membranes for the cancer cells. And this door is called SCOT, which stands for a very long chemical name, which I'm not going to give you at this time. And there just happens to be SCOT inhibitors, okay, both in the medication area, as well as using natural things that have less side effects. And that is the area that we are evaluating right now, doing studies in Europe on mice, and so far with great success. So the following SCOT inhibitors are the ones that are showing the most promise. Number one, we have alpha-lipoic acid. Number two, Garcinia. Then we have red algae, and then black seed oil, and then garlic. Okay, garlic handles a slightly different, it's called a salvage pathway, which I'm not going to get into now, but garlic is very, very important. These are all SCOT inhibitors that work synergistically to help starve the cancer of its raw material for its cellular membranes. Now, if you want more details on the strategy, there's some additional studies which are quite fascinating, and I put those in the description below. Now, before I get into the dosages, I just want to let you know, I'm not making any claims this is going to cure or prevent any cancer. This is a protocol that I would take if I had cancer, okay? All right, alpha-lipoic acid. I would start out at 0.4 grams and gradually, over the course of 3 weeks, increase that amount to 1.8 grams per day. Now, as far as Garcinia, I would start at 1.2 grams and gradually increase to 3 grams over a course of 3 weeks. Red algae, I would take 8 grams per day. Black seed oil, I would take 500 milligrams twice a day. And then garlic, I would take 500 milligrams 4 times a day, but that would only be if I'm not consuming actual garlic in my meals or in other forms. So this protocol